Welcome to this V2R Real-Time Harmony user guide. After starting the application, you will see this home screen enabling you to choose between Design Mode to be used with a keyboard and mouse, Oculus Mode to be used with the Oculus Rift VR headset and a gaming controller, and Showcase Mode to be used with a gaming controller only. Starting with Design Mode, click on the button and the application will load that mode. Once you see an aerial overview of the site, you can start interacting using your mouse. Click and hold the left mouse button and drag it across the screen to adjust the view angle. To move to a particular point, place your mouse there and click the right mouse button once to pan to that point. If you move away from the site, you can always click the Return to Site button at the bottom of the screen to return to the original view. To zoom in or out, you can either use the mouse wheel or alternatively the slider on the left side of the screen. The menu on the left enables you to selectively display additional information layers. For example, LiDAR scan data around the site and height matched 3D trees where they can be seen from the site. And turning on the proposed site will reveal the 3D modeled 12D information for the site itself and the M1 buffer. You will be able to show Day 1 trees, Year 5 trees, and mature trees for the buffer. In addition, you can turn on Unity trees. Grayscale houses are around the site with a number of higher detail houses in front of the buffer, as well as activation, which largely concerns people and cars around the parks, and information tags that can be clicked on to move closer to that area and bring up a number of reference images where available. The Overlays tab on the proposed site contains a number of overlays like the broader master plan, which can be used with the overlay opacity slider at the bottom of the screen to reveal the aerial photography underneath. You will also be able to show the structure plan and various lot releases with the ability to show these overlays with or without the underlying plans. You can explore the 3D environment in more detail by selecting a spot you would like to land and double-clicking to move to the ground. Now click and hold the left mouse button to look around and use the W, ASD or arrow keys on your keyboard to walk around. You can still use delays as before, for example, looking towards the buffer. We're currently showing Day 1 trees, Year 5 trees, and mature trees. To fly a drone, click on the drone icon in the top left corner of the screen and use your spacebar to move up and Control key to move down. This way you will be able to freely fly around the scene. To fly faster, hold the Shift key as you move. To enter the predetermined driving experience, click on the car symbol in the top left corner of the screen. You will be driving down the M1 on a predetermined path with the ability to click and hold the mouse to look around. You can also pause the experience, use the car symbol on the slider to drag yourself along the road, with the ability to resume driving, reverse the direction of travel, and also move down to the street level or along the walking path. During these predetermined experiences, you can still use the toggles for Year 5 or mature trees. Click Exit to return back to an aerial overview of the site. To create a snapshot, select the angle you would like to capture, click on the camera icon in the menu, and click on the first camera icon to create the snapshot. You can use the annotation tools at the bottom of the screen to mark up the perspective, for example, by adding text annotations, and generate a PDF locally or email out a digital brochure including all the annotations. To create measurements in the 3D space, click on the Measurement tab in the menu, and you can select, for example, the point-to-point tool. Simply click once to start the measurement and find a second point, and click once again to log in the measurement. You can then click on the number displayed to edit or delete the measurement. Similarly, for the height tool, select the height measurement tool, place it in the scene, and you will be able to increase the height and press save to log in the measurement. The area measurement tool enables you to measure flat surfaces, and the radius tool enables you to place a center point anywhere on site and create a radius around that point. To return to the home screen, click on the Home button in the bottom left corner of the menu. From the main menu, you can then also select Oculus Mode, with this information screen showing the relevant button interactions when using Oculus. With the headset connected, click on Start Virtual Reality and the scene will load in VR. In the headset, the user will begin the VR experience in the residential street in front of the buffer. The user can place a red arrow through head movements, and then, as per the instructions on the previous page, click the right trigger to move to where that arrow is placed, and the left trigger to cycle between the two park hotspots and the residential street. In each of these locations, the user can freely walk around by placing the red arrow and using the right trigger. Using the up and down buttons in front of the left thumb, it is also possible to move up and down in the scene. From this aerial perspective, the user can also place the red arrow and once again use the right trigger finger to move back down to the ground. To directly move from the Oculus experience to Showcase mode, press and hold the yellow Y button for a few seconds. Alternatively, you can launch Showcase mode from the main menu. In Showcase mode, the gaming controller button hints are permanently displayed in the bottom left corner of the screen. Use the right joystick to look around and the left joystick to move. To move faster, click and hold the RB button on top of the right trigger. The left trigger will cause the drone to lose altitude, and the right trigger will gain altitude. To move from drone mode into walk mode, place yourself over the point you would like to go to ground to, and press the button on the left side of the blue X on the controller. On the ground, once again, the right joystick looks around, while you can move by using the left joystick. To launch back into drone mode, click the button to the left of the blue X once again. To toggle various 3D options on and off, use the cross button under the left thumb. Toggling left will enable you to turn houses on and off. Toggling up will display or hide the information tags. Toggling to the right will cycle through the planting maturity options, and clicking the bottom toggle will bring up the various lot calculations. You can use these toggles together in any combination. Press the red B button to bring up the hotspot menu. You can use the left joystick to select a specific hotspot and the green A button to move down to the ground. You can then move across the scene as before. To move to another hotspot, press the red B button once again to return to the overview. You can then select another hotspot and move down to the ground. From any of these locations, you can also launch back into drone mode and move across the site freely. From within Showcase mode, you can launch straight back into the Oculus VR experience by clicking and holding the yellow Y button, or press the Escape key to return back to the main menu. To exit the application, click on the button in the top right corner of the screen.